pretty sure every step I take, so much for happiness, so much for love, so much for heartache.
The host Rizzle, Foxy Yoga on the intro, Valiant and Ballistic making big tech, Drag it in the box doing things I ease, check it in from somewhere, cheddar queso, getting forces is a robot, find jokes and under Frankie's bar, Fabiano and Patricia rat-tat-tats, Captain Linus Paradox, where is show, what even is this intro?
I switched from mumble rap to sea shanty. I just kept the same lyrics, but that was the prompt. We need a better intro, and y'all are just gonna have to deal with my shit until then. And I don't know, maybe that's where we're at. So anyway, it sounds good. Audio is all right. It looks like it's all right. I'm slacking this week. Wait, let me make sure y'all can hear me, and then I'll explain why I'm slacking.
Yes, hearing.
It's all right. People are saying, yeah, all right, good shit. I'm slacking this week because we've had several guests on over the past few weeks who are not familiar with the WIP, and Roustan is. And so I was like, you know what? Like, normally I'm like sending people like a run a show and like explaining to them all this shit, and I'm like, Roustan is a legend, and he's been through here a bunch of times. He knows how we get down, and he's got a couple places for us to visit, and then like right beforehand, I was like, oh shit, Roustan hasn't even been to our new Discord yet, so got him in here. Shout out to the legend in the house. Let me just go through some housekeeping stuff. We're gonna be field tripping today. Like I said, we got a few places to go to, so if you're not in Hyperfy now, don't worry about it. We're gonna be dropping links in the general channel here in Discord, so you know how to get to where we're going. What's up, Graph Kyle? And so that'll be that. So make sure you're in the voice channel here, so you can stay on top of where we're at. And let's see, are we live on the WIP Meetup channel? Yeah, it looks like we're live. Hang on, let me grab that. This is my, well, I'm getting bots. Shout out Hidden Forces who's making bots. Shout out Trizlets who's helping me make bots. We are live on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube and like all this shit. And hope, and at some point all this is going to be automated, so these links just get dropped. I just say it, and our magic AI bot like just knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on. Shout out Foxy Yoga for holding down the pre-whip as always. Shout out Subgeode for just sliding in here and doing the pre-whip impromptu. Anyone is always welcome to do that shit. And shout out Hidden Forces, who for the last couple of weeks has been doing a program in here on Wednesdays talking about AI stuff. So anyone who wants to do a thing, we're just out here in public with this Discord. Feel free to use it and come through and DJ and participate in our shit. So yes, let's see, what else? Shout out Juxton, who is, I don't believe in the house, has been streaming into Frankie's Tavern each week. It's possible he's over there. And if not, we'll see him under the bar next week. Thank Dragonade for cranking out the newsletter and helping out with all the tech back and shit as always. And let's see, what else do we got? We have a fairly sophisticated website at this point. Shout out Trizlet, who is actually helping me do some pretty impressive bot stuff on the back end that's going to help streamline the guest list. We're going to put that shit in world. Shout out Ballistic Banana and Valiant, who have been hard at work messing with the Hyperfy V2 migration, because as many of you know, we're getting kicked out of V1 like this week or next week or something like that. So If anyone wants to help out with that, we're starting a new landing spot in Hyperfy V2, and I can give you more information on that if you're interested in that. In the meantime, I'll drop the link to that. You can check out that WIP. You can check out the WIP in V2. Shout out again Valiant, who staged Roustan stuff in there as well. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, we're not gonna be in here for too long, and I'm gonna shut up in a few minutes. But I'm gonna shut up in a few minutes, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time. This is a self shill. I'm gonna be talking shit with Kane Mayfield on Twitter Spaces. And it is as impromptu as a text I sent him yesterday. And I was like, yo, you want to talk shit on Friday? And he was like, yeah. And so we're just going to do that. We haven't communicated since, other than solidifying the time, which is time tomorrow. So if you're bored or if you want to talk shit, come through to our Twitter Spaces and talk shit with us. This is me suffering from lack of Matt. You know, I used to do this podcast with Matt, and that was my public shit-talking vehicle. Anyway, I digress. Sign the guest book this week. Shout out to Fabio and Patrizia, Rat-a-tat-tat. You'll be getting some of those in your wallet. That was a callback to the sea shanty. So sign the guest book. That's also how you'll be getting WIP coin for this week in your wallet. And if you want more information on all of that, this is why we have a fucking website, and it's a .com. And Namecheap tried to rug me, and they wouldn't let me in my account. They said I had like fraudulent activity until I DM'd those motherfuckers on X earlier today, and then they opened my account immediately. So we're in. The WIPmeetup.com has all the information. It has a link to WIP coin, which you're going to be getting today. And if you want to dump your life savings into that, the community would really, really appreciate it. So NFADYOR. And I think that's just about everything. We're with an official fake Paradox today. We got Tantea in the house. Paradox is not with us, but you want to be in Discord so you can hear. You want to be following us in world because we're going to take a group shot somewhere dope in one of Roustan's spots towards the end here. Yeah, you got the gig, Tantea, officially. Paradox slid into my DMs earlier. And let's see, what else? I think that's about everything. There was something else I was going to mention, but anyway, I'll figure it out. Yeah, we do all the things, and I'm multitasking slightly too much. If you have a question, that was what it was. If you have a question for Roustan, speaking of multitasking and where his show, if you have a question for Roustan, drop them in the general channel here, ping myself or Easy, and one of us will figure out how to route questions to Roustan sometimes towards the end here if you have any questions about what's going on or what he's working about. And without further ado, I'm going to throw the mic over to Roustan, who, again, I prepared him poorly, knowing that he's a legend and he is doing incredible shit, and knowing that this is the WIP and no one gives a shit. We just want to see cool stuff from brilliant creators. So, Roustan, if we can do the treacherous mic pass, man, feel free to unmute and give people some context of what you're working on here.
Yeah, boy, thank you so much. Crazy, nice to get so pumped up before a show. Thank you, Fox Yoga, for that nice set. That was dope. Yeah, where do you start? The last like 6 months have been crazy with like crazy things happening all over the Metaverse Web3 lands. I'm always exploring different platforms and stuff, so I got deep into other side a bit, messing around, seeing what's going on there. Working on my Hyperfy 2 builds, learning about OP XYZ. Let me share this real quick to start. Let's do that. Can you guys see my browser? If you can see that is OP XYZ. If you don't know what this is basically, and I showed this to Ash Connell at Hyperfy, and he was blown away at how important this is. And if you don't know about this, you should. This is a site that basically is setting up to connect all Metaverse platforms. They're basically reintroducing popes. They call them badges, and they're connecting communities, and they have like. You can set up a community on here and create badges. You can drop wearables. You can drop avatars that work on the other side, collect NFTs. Just basically like you got this whole list of all sorts of communities and stuff that are going around exploring the metaverse. And this is like kind of kind of a good central center point. And some of these things are automatic with the way that it demonstrates the avatars that you hold and stuff. So if you don't know about OPXYZ, let that be a quick introduction. I want to take you to my first Hyperfy 2 build, not my first, but one of my Hyperfy 2 builds that I built. Let me get into that. So the link is hyperfy.roustan.xyz, roustan.xyz. This will be a good test. Last time we were here, I was introducing Hyperfy 2.0, and I had people come into Roustan.xyz, which still exists, and we were able to crash it with like 30 people. So I'm curious to see how many people are actually able to hop in here before it crashes. This is kind of a good test. But basically, this land I whipped up. If you look to the left after you spawn in, you can see a box avatar, and this is the Amazon Boximus Prime. Other side collaborated with Amazon to create these avatars, and you can try it on. Basically, when they collaborated, I bought one and I immediately went into the metadata and pulled the GLB and converted it into a VRM and then brought it into Hyperfy and whipped up this world as fast as I could before I had I didn't have this like crashed spacecraft in the background and like a whole bunch of custom things. But basically, I whipped this up to show other siders how simple Hyperfire is and how you can load this. Like this will load up on your phone, especially if you're using Chrome on your phone. But this build is so lightweight that it'll load on your phone. And so other side didn't enable the avatar yet. So I whipped this up as fast as possible so people could try on the Boximus avatar, and then also those that weren't able to buy it could check it out too before other side even did it themselves. And so I've been continuing to build in this land since then, keeping it as lightweight as possible, dropping a few special hype files. Hype files are the apps. You can drag and drop apps like this little robot that follows you around is just an app. And if you wanted something like that in your world, you can literally take the hype file and just drop it in your world and it'll start working immediately. Now in the center here, there's a floating cube that says claim badge. And today I made a special badge. Again, that's like a pope, right? But in order to do that, you have to connect your wallet by clicking the connect button on the lower right side of the screen. This was an interesting project that I did because once I did that, for those that don't know, like Hyperfy version 2 is meant to be hosted on your own servers, where version 1 was within the NFTs that you purchased. So this is kind of interesting because now there's like safety concerns, right? Do you want to click and connect to like some random website to connect your wallet? I assure you this one is safe. If you don't feel safe enough claiming it, that's fine. Don't feel like you have to claim it. But this is a special WIP badge that will only be available during this tour. So connect your wallet, claim it. It should work. You shouldn't have any problems. If you do have problems, there could be a VPN issue or antivirus setup issue. But hopefully none of you guys have any problems. Again, so this is also one of the things I was demonstrating was taking advantage of the assets that you own. So I have like my cyber broker on the wall here, Ulani. I have this is a space pod from Artifact, that we're walking around in. I got my dojo kids that you can try on. I have my drifters posters on the wall there. And in the back, you can try on another one of my clones. This is just, a really basic build. And then I'm trying to push it out a little bit. So I added the spaceship in the background and a little plane flying around in the sky, which is pretty cool. But today I added the smoke. But you could go inside the spaceship and there's another clone in there. And there's a gun. There's a gun you can grab in there too to try to shoot around. Let me go grab the gun. I'll show the clone real quick too. So the clone that I was wearing originally was this gal right here that's chilling inside this pod. And then there's a gun up here that somebody grabbed already before me, and you can shoot it. And it's not perfect yet, but these are apps that people are building. Here we go. Dantia got it. Nice. It's cool that you got it because I can watch you shoot. It's hard to see the shooting happen. No, that's great. I'm glad you got it. And you look pretty too. You look just like me. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying now. But anyway, so this is the first build. I wanted to come in here, tell you those quick things, and then hop on over to our next build, which I'll post in the chat in Hyperfy, so you can just click it. It should work. I believe it'll work. Rad.roustan.xyz. Rad.roustan.xyz. Oh, it doesn't. HTTPS, maybe. Maybe it doesn't work yet. I haven't tried that. No, it doesn't work. You can, yeah, so just type that in your browser. Rad.roustan.xyz. This is my newest build. This took me a little while to set up, maybe 2 weeks, which is not too bad, relatively. This is a collection of all the virtual body paintings that I've done in any metaverse platform, in Web3, period. And then in the center, I have also an AI intern that you can chat with in the chat. And then over here, I have samples of body paintings that you can try on that also include videos, corresponding videos. This one was for Metaverse Fashion Week in Decentraland. It was a free claim. I think a bunch of you guys probably got that because I remember WIP did a tour there. And then I wonder if the AI intern is not working now because there's so many people. I've never tried it with a lot of people. Actually, she takes a while to respond, so maybe she'll start talking in like 30 seconds or something. This is a collaboration I did with DJ Buffalo in Decentraland. This is a collaboration. This is not a collaboration. This is just a real life body painting that I brought into avatar form. And this figure was created using AI. And then I manipulated it to make it look better because, you know, the face was flat and all sorts of things were goofy on it. So I fixed it up and optimized it and then brought it to life. And then this one over here is an avatar from a gallery show I did last year. They asked me to participate in a group show. So I painted the model on the wall. You can see it's painted with this calligraphy style that I've been working on for the past year. And so I when I showed that in the gallery during the group show, I actually put a big 86-inch screen TV where the DJ was from Decentraland, actually lives like 30 minutes away from me. So he came to the gallery and he performed live into Decentraland, and the gallery patrons could see Decentraland on the screen, and the users of Decentraland could see the gallery and everything that was happening in there. And so it was basically my way to introduce normies to the craziness that I've been up to the last 5 years. And then all these framed prints on the walls, these are my nifty gateway cyberpunker drops. Again, this build also works on most mobile. iPhones have some issues. There's a lot of videos and there's a lot of avatars taking up a lot of bandwidth. But then in here, in the next room, this is an artifact Lux Pod. I have that clone that we tried on in the last build in the pod there. And then direct front and center here is my other clone, body painted, which I've been planning to do for the longest time, and I finally did it. And you can equip that here, or if you position your avatar correctly, you can see a little button that says Open URL, and that'll open up the minting site. This is a free mint, so you can get it for free. There's like $1 transaction fee. So, but the cool thing about this mint, let me first say Not surprisingly, Arweave decided to shit the bed this week because I guess they're like transferring to a new setup, Hyperbeam or something. Took me a while to figure it out yesterday. So right now, the avatars are not. This avatar is not working in other side and Hyperfy V1. But this is an interoperable, fully interoperable avatar. Might be the first of its kind. This works normally. It works in other side, Hyperfy, Nifty Island, and Decentraland. Just by owning the NFT, it'll load in your packs. And so, like, the whole point of this avatar was not only to like extend my brand onto my IP, but to make it like fully interoperable. Because I believe hardcore. Every time we see some new platform pop up, there seems to be some sort of competitiveness between other platforms, and I personally believe that all platforms should sort of coexist and celebrate each other and collaborate. Because if one wins, they all win. The metaverse narrative can all win, and if these things can be interoperable, just like this NFT is, then there's no reason that we can't all exist the way it was always intended, you know? So this to me like is one of my favorite avatars that I made because it represents all of that. Also with this crazy 6 months with Artifact and CloneX, Nike selling Artifact and a new buyer, you know, and the floor price going up and down wildly and all this hype and FUD and that it's always had, like none of that has really fully mattered to me. What matters to me most is like taking the IP ownership of the avatar that you own and doing something with it. And I can't wait to see somebody. It's not like my personal goal to do it, but I can't wait to see somebody take their own IP and make it more famous than Mickey Mouse potentially. You know, I think that would be just like the most magnificent thing ever.
Roustan, yo, appreciate the tour, man, and your screen sharing is coming in clutch, man. And there's a couple people who are having trouble with the .xyz links and their ISP. Is there like a direct link from Hyperfy for any of these worlds for anyone who's having trouble getting in?
I guess maybe they could try a different browser potentially. That's the only thing I can think of. There's no direct link from Hyperfy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Chrome or Brave is the way to go. One or the other if one doesn't work, but definitely like Safari's no good. Don't use Internet Explorer anymore, guys. Seriously. Also, yeah. So these are like all the avatars that I've made over the years. These NPCs that are just kind of chilling. These are Decentraland for the DG poker community. We got our little painted up frog right here, fly frog. Kasagal, which you saw in Hyperfy chilling with the Pink Panther. This was the first character that I painted for the Metaverse. Let's see what else we got. We got the Vipes. I love my Vipes. You know, these are Vipes that had my body painting on them. What else? I had like every single platform. This is the first Decentraland body painting that I did. These were the first time that they implemented RGB colors, so you could change the colors based on the hair color. And yeah, I mean, there's so many. This is a collab with the baby dolls for Hyperfy. You know, they're all running around all over this place. I'm sure I'm missing some. This is one of the mythics for Decentraland. But yeah, so this works in VR. This works on most Android phones, loads on iPhone, and you know, I'm souped on how easy this stuff is, except for those people that unfortunately can't get in because of XYZ. But yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to show you, but I also wanted to take you into Decentraland. So before that, maybe if there's any questions, happy to answer that right now.
We did have a couple coming through. Dragonade, how do I exit the out-of-body experience on the floating camera? I actually had that problem earlier as well.
Oh, just press C again. Press C once, and then press C again. I forgot about the camera.
There you go.
There's a whole bunch of
easy
crazy
crypto
stuff.
Easy Crypto wants to know, and dude, appreciate you like keeping this spirit alive, man, because there was a heyday for this. Easy Crypto wants to know, are there any projects making avatars that didn't die?
Well, Cyber Brokers has a mint happening right now. They're chilling out, waiting for like they sunsetted a little bit right when they dropped this mint. It's the sickest freaking collectible ever. The drifters. It's like let me see the website. TPL drifters. TPLdrifters.com. Like my God, man, this is like Vipes, but even sicker art, you know, and you get full IP ownership of your drifters. Let me see. Let me connect my wallet real quick. No, I don't want to connect my wallet here, but like that's my favorite collectible right now. You can mix and match parts, outfits, and create your own characters with names, just like they did with Genesis Mechs. But now it's like basically they're collectors. They're handlers, I guess is the right term. But that one's sick as hell. Also, I should point out, like both of these builds, that first build that we explored 6 months ago, just regular Roustan.xyz, that was hosted on Fly.io for free. And since then, I decided to pick up my own server. So I use a Hetzner server, and right now it costs me $10 a month. And I have so many things on that server. I've cloned my website. I've created a video server. I have 4 Hyperfy worlds, and like 2 or 3 other things. Like it's like packed with so much stuff, and it still only costs me $10 a month. And then it's going up next month though to 15, just their normal prices, because I guess the cost of RAM has gone up. But basically, I've connected Cursor to my server, and now I just say like, whip up another Hyperfy world, default world, spits it out 2 minutes later, and then I can start building immediately on it. And it like, I'm so glad I went for that, because like this stuff just gets easier and easier. And I guess while we're here, we could also check out Blockbuster, which is one of my famous builds. Just yesterday, I started transferring it to version 2, and so like little by little, it's getting there. And I've added a couple more things. I'm still fine tuning a lot, but you guys are the first to see what I've done transferring it. And what's cool about it is it's more optimized than the V1 version. And you know, I'm excited, man. This works on my phone. This works on VR fast. It's a little too heavy for iOS still, because there's a lot of assets here. But my point is, like, this is all everything I've shown you today is costing me like $10 to host. And that AI agent that exists in RAD, I started messing around with Llama, and I guess there's like a free tier of Llama, and I was able to set up that agent for free and not have to pay a thing to just be a representative of my gallery. And she's not that smart. She messes up a lot. Sometimes she makes up a lot of answers, but you know, that's why I made her a 19-year-old intern from Redondo Beach, California. You know, she's imperfect. If I wanted to make her perfect, I'd have to pay whatever amount per month. But I like and continue exploring things that are free and what I can do with them. And yeah, that's where we're at with Hyperfy. And I'm still working on this, so this is not done yet, but getting there. Blockbuster video on V2. Now I'm gonna open up Decentraland. Oh, actually, I have it open.
Make sure you drop a link to Decentraland too, man, so people can follow you in. We got a couple other questions coming through, man. Sebga says, "What's up? Would like to know, how do you use the rect vandalized? Do you need to download first?"
Oh yeah. So Sebga, yeah, the Arweave is like transition right now. So the NFT is not working perfectly on a couple platforms. So we have to wait for that transition to happen. I think it's been happening like that for like 2 or 3 days now. So it should be back hopefully sooner than later. I have no idea how long it's going to take. Of course, that would happen right before we do this tour and right before this mint ends. But worst case, you can also go into the metadata and copy the VRM URL and try to download that. Again, that's connected to Arweave, so it may not work, but I noticed some Arweave links are working and some are not. It's like spotty, basically. So if you're lucky enough to download the VRM there, then you can just drag and drop it into Hyperfy. It should work in Decentraland, which actually I'm going to put that on. Let me share my screen. So it's just play.decentraland.org. And I forgot how to write the direct URL to get into a world specifically. So you're going to have to like just log into Decentraland and type / go to Corn or open the map and choose Corn That's the best way. I wish I could remember that. It's like, yeah, I can't remember the URL, but basically I created Corn just a little popcorn spot, and I have a tour of these OP badge dispensers, and you can run around. I've taken Rizzle to a couple in the past, but you can run around on this tour and just start collecting all these free NFTs and get a little popcorn from this guy in the window. But I've been really hyped on these OP badges. I brought them into Decentraland. I used AI to bring the dispensers in, like we're familiar with Popes. Other side still hasn't done that. Like you can't build in other sides yet. I can't wait to be able to do that and add a dispenser in there, because I think this is the right way. The easy way is to stay in world and make these claims and explore and collect, right? Instead of like leaving the platform, going to a website, entering a code to claim a badge. But because Decentraland has done this, they've ended up on the top of the leaderboards of OP, because the users in Decentraland are all getting used to collecting these things, and they're starting to put up a tremendous awareness within OP that Decentraland is alive and thriving, and it's really cool. And yeah, if you guys want a link, like a coordinate list of places to go and explore to collect these badges, let me know. They're also listed at the top of the Decentraland community in OP, so you can get like a little hints of where to go. There's also one more spot I want to show you after this. Maybe we'll meet in the main. Are you guys able to get into Decentraland? If not, we added a new event page by pressing X. But look, there's the Juxton's having the WIP. We gotta get a badge set up in there. That would be sick. But the penguin hunt, just below that, the penguin hunt. If you jump in there, let me look at the coordinates so I can write them in here. -89, -85. I'm gonna write that in here so people can just click on it if anybody comes in. 5, and then I'm just gonna hop right in there. I'm gonna close Blockbuster too while I'm out. This is a build by a major community member, Kanessa, and she is a Pudgy Penguin holder. And so she is also interested in badge collecting and IP usage. And so she created this Iceland that you can try to find a hidden golden egg. And if you do, you will get this emote. And I'll play it right now. And it's you dancing with her Pudgy Penguin, which is like a super cool thing that a user just created and took advantage of and put out there, you know? And so the egg is right there. right up there. And she has a lot of colliders preventing anybody from cheating. Basically, you have to find your way up there. You claim that egg, and the egg is actually an OP badge. So you'll get the badge, and then once she sees the badge, she will airdrop you that emote of the dancing pudgy penguin, which is really cool. So that's one of the other ones. Another one is the World Haunt. I took Rizzle there and scared the pants off of him, but that's a great one to explore on your own and get scared, because it's a horrific haunted house, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, that is basically everything I wanted to show you. And if you need a hint on how to get up there, let me know.
Check, check. Can you hear me? Still have a
I
couple
hear you.
questions coming through. Cool. Taya wanted to know, talking about Hyperfy, if you felt like it was easier building in V2 versus V1. And I'm trying to get into DCL here, which and I'm watching where you're at. I finally got the download updated, so we should absolutely take a group shot in here once this is all said and done. But we got a few more questions too, man. But yeah, what's your experience been like with Hyperfy? Did Roustan get rugged? I wasn't sure if I got rugged.
Oh, sorry, I was talking muted that whole time.
Oh shit!
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hyperfy, like when I go back to version 1, it feels a lot jankier, a lot like choppier, and yes, definitely harder. There's something really nice about the UI and just the way to position things in version 2. It doesn't have everything that we need yet, but what I've found is when I have an idea of something that I need, I've connected it to my cursor agent, and I say I'll copy and paste code. Let me hop back into where do you want to take the picture, Rizzle?
Let's do it on one of the DCL spots because we're having a hard time getting into Hyperfy, so I think we might get more bodies up in location.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the penguin spot. Then we'll do it. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So like something that can't be done. You can, let's say you have a model of a TV set and you want to make the TV set bounce or something. You can click on the model and then you can open its script. You can click a script button, and once you click the script button, it has all the coding associated with the model. I can just copy the script and drop it into Cursor and be like, here's my script for this asset in Hyperfy. I want to make it bounce around like a pudgy penguin. And then it'll update that, and I just copy and paste it right back in, and it either works or it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, I say it doesn't work, fix it, and then it works on fixing it. And like it's been amazing. Like some of the stuff that I came up with, that's what taught me how to make an OP dispenser, you know? Like some of the stuff that I explored didn't exist yet, and I brought it to life, and then I'm able to sort of share the hype that I created. You can download the app once you make it and then share it to someone else who needs it. So right now, let me post a link. There's a list of apps that were put together by Jin. I'm going to put it in the general chat. this link shows you a list of every hype that's been made so far. Some don't work right now, some do. If you search almost anything by Ash, you can just type Ash in the search and it shows you all the hypes that he made. Most of those, like 99% of those, work beautifully because he's just a genius master, you know? But I freaking love Hyperfy too. It's the best. And it's like, it's more optimized than version 1. So things that didn't work in V1 can potentially work in V2 on mobile, um, which is amazing. I still am very like I'm maxi on optimizing all assets to make it as like fast as possible, you know. But yeah, Hyperfy 2 is the way. It's getting better and better every week, every month. I've built a lot of cool stuff. I mean, like what I showed you today is not everything that I built. Um, what else about it? Uh, yeah, I mean, I wish the whole world could get on board with it because, like, I've seen a lot of people building things that Hyperfy already did, and Hyperfy did it like 10 times better, and they're still kind of like plugging along, doing their own thing. And when you can just grab this open source thing and implement it, you know, right away. I know people are shy with like having to set up your own server and like mess around with code, but they're adding things that make it almost just as easy as version 1. So look into it. There's a lot of tutorials out there. I made a bunch of tutorials on the YouTube channel Rouverse, Rouverse, that showcase how to set up a free server that you don't have to pay for and just mess around. Um, yeah, I don't know what else I can say about Hyperfy, but I love it. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff, but
No, dude, I appreciate that take as someone who has not had a ton of time to mess around with V2 yet, and obviously we're migrating there. I appreciate your perspective on it as someone whose builds I respect very much, and your talent in the space. We've got a couple of random questions. Sepka wants to know why we not walking on Rager here, and wants to know as if I know you're not a DCL spokesperson, probably know better than most people. Can you still download your DCL avatars?
you can do it on the browser. You can't do it on the client yet. I believe it's coming back at some point. I downloaded a couple the other day to put them into the body paint avatar thing, and even though you can, you still have to optimize them a bit and like adjust things here and there, like skin tones and stuff, because the skin tones are based on your selected skin tone in world, you know. But yeah, it still works. I believe they're adding it to the client, but until then, it works in browser. Also, in regards to the first world that we went to with the crash spaceship, you know, I brought up a little bit about the Connect wallet dilemma. Um, I've actually been tinkering around. So that was the first wallet connect put in Hyperfy V2, and that was using my cursor um, commands, AI command, helping me set it up. Also, some of you may or may not have noticed an MML button. Um, Basically, the avatars that are being used in other side are all MMLs. It's all Unreal Engine based, and that's becoming a thing. Like Netflix is using MMLs with like Black Mirror, and a whole bunch of other major brands are like zeroing in on MML. Even though I personally still prefer VRM more, that's a thing. And what I did, because I was trying to onboard a lot of other siders into what's possible with Hyperfy, is I added that MML button again using code where they basically just copy the link from their MML metadata and it auto converts it to VRM and loads up their avatars in Hyperfy. And that, like, regarding the Connect wallet dilemma, is an option where you either have your VRMs locally and drag and drop them, or you paste a link to load them up from your metadata. You know, like that's a pretty safe way to do it. Otherwise, I don't know. There's got to be maybe some other option that's not super risky. that's one thing about version 1 that I always liked that we don't currently have in V2, and it can only be sort of implemented manually for now because you need to have a server in order to put that in place, which was previously hosted by Hyperfy.
Dude, really appreciate the tour and you coming through and everything. I finally made it into the Penguin spot. Easy is dropping some links. If anyone can get in here before the group shot. Let's see. I'm just sort of scrolling through if there's any other questions here. A lot of compliments, man, on your work and everything. What's next for you, man? What are you most excited about moving forward from here? I know one of the things I've always appreciated about you, man, is you're like a serial tinkerer and always, testing out the stuff on the fringe here. What are you most excited about right now?
I mean, I can't wait for mixed reality to become kind of a normal thing. Today, it was announced that Google and Epic Games are collaborating on the Metaverse, which is big news. That's like a major competitor for Facebook, Meta, and Horizon Worlds. Still, I feel like it's us versus them, right? The major corporations, and like unfortunately, like the major corporations are probably going to onboard the masses, and they're just going to accept their fate of like censorship and limitations and profit. Like Roblox is huge, right? But creators only get 30% of their profits, which is sick. That's gross. I mean, Decentraland, you get 97.5% of your profits. Imagine if, like, any of those major creators from Roblox had the balls to trailblaze in the unknown worlds of Decentraland or Otherside or whatever platforms that are not run by the big companies, where we could be. Um, so I don't know. I'm still bullish on like independent creators. I think the niche is strong. I can't wait for mixed reality to showcase, the things that we own and flex the things that we own to normies all over the place. Like I want like 2 to 3 years from now, one of you guys to rock that clone, the wrecked, vandalized clone to your friends out in real life, and they'll be like, "Where the hell did you get that?" And I got that from an old Metaverse, 4 years ago or whatever. You can't get it now. It's like $10,000 or something like that. Um, I don't know. I'm excited about that. I really hope that the narrative around surrounding Metaverse changes with this Google Epic collaboration, and maybe people will start exploring more. But like, as far as I'm concerned, my hype on all of this has never died, and it just continues to grow. And I keep finding cooler and cooler things to explore, and I can't wait till we can build an other side. Um, and yeah, there's just like so much happening.
Hell yeah, dude. As always, man, really appreciate your enthusiasm and coming through. I want to make sure I drop the link to the guest book again in the general channel here for anyone who missed it, who wasn't here earlier, so you can get the free NFTs from Fabiano Patrizia and some WIP coin in your wallet. Roustan, man, I also want to make sure we drop all the links to all the things and people could find you. I saw Subgeode was crawling through your Farcaster album, so people are already looking for your stuff, man, and rightfully so. So if there's any other links, any other information you want to drop in the general channel, feel free to do that. We've got a small posse dancing on an ice cube, right, or an iceberg right here in this penguin spot. So let's try to throw the mic back over to Roustan, see if there's any final thoughts that he wants to lay on y'all, or links or anything, and then we'll roll the Paradox theme song and pass the mic over to Fake Paradox.
I think I've said enough. I feel like I've said too much and just vomited all over you. There's so much happening. Thank you all for listening to me spew it all out. I hope I maybe made some of you a little bit more excited than you were before I started talking. And have fun exploring the building, man. Love you all.
No, appreciate you, man. We need people like yourself out here who are just as passionate as they've always been about building out this technology in the metaverse, man. And I feel like we're at a probably more exciting point than we've ever been. Shout out Fractillions in the group chat here. Yo, let's roll the Paradox theme song. Everyone, do your best to get into DCL, and we'll take some sort of strange group shot here. Let's give it a try. Dragonate, you can roll the thing.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention. It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Lovely. Can you hear me okay?
You're quite quiet, but yes.
Yeah, it sounded kind of fake.
Fake. How about that? Is that a bit better?
Louder, sir.
It's like fake quiet Paradox.
Even louder?
Ah,
Even
there we go.
better?
This is good.
Yeah, that's more like it. Hello everyone. Yes, again, Paradox has not shown up, so I thought I'd fill in. What a fantastic guest this evening. That was good fun. I really enjoyed the gallery. It's really nice to see Hyperfy evolving and everyone getting involved. If everyone wants to come into Decentraland in the Penguin game, we'll take a little quick shot on this iceberg, which is lovely, and we'll go for it. Paradox sends his regards to everyone and hopes you're all well. I'm sure he'll be back in action soon once his terrible infliction of having a child has been more astuted. Bob. Lovely picture. I'm sure it'll be blown up all over the socials. Thank you so much for staying still for a few minutes, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.
Yo. Feel free to take some group shots while you're in here. Shout out Thantea. Shout out Paradox, currently afflicted with children. I know what that's like. It happens to the best of us. Appreciate everyone coming out. Roustan, absolutely not word vomit at all, man. Like I said, we need master builders like yourself to stay passionate out here and continue to inspire the rest of us. Don't go far. Our calendar is booked, y'all. So I'll see everybody next week. We got 0x Quan and Ocular Delusion in the house next week. We got Tree Gens the week after that. Giselle X coming through after that. Snacks, Pizza Dow. I was low key chilling with Snacks last night. Y'all are the first ones to hear that. Anyway, we're doing big things and building good shit. If you want to help out or contribute to the WIP in literally any capacity, feel free to hit me up, slide on through. We'll get you in the WIP crew channel. We've been having meetings every Tuesday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, about just building out the WIP and making sure these events are tight. So shout out Roustan once again for making this easy. Didn't have to do a whole lot of hand holding here because dude is a legend. So check out all of his shit. And I will see y'all next week. Thanks, everybody.
One, two, three, four. Mashed potatoes, I want chicken, cheese. Fuck yes. Oh cheese, oh cheese, oh cheese, oh. This is awesome, 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 oh. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Pizza's good too. I like where this is going, yeah. Fuck yeah.
cheese. Kill all the audio problems with fire, with fire, with fire. Death to audio problems. Lactose intolerant people, I am so sorry. Give me that check. I got carried away. We all love a good meme explorer song. Cheddar, cheddar, blue cheese. Better Way says cheese emoji. Rendon has cheese. Meme explorers with extra cheese. Death to audio. Death to audio problems. Death to audio. To audio problems. Cheddar to letter. Won't go out for days. Cheese is like fuck yes, go death to audio, audio problems, death to audio problems, death to audio, a gift of cheddar cheese. Audio problems don't deserve to live. To emoji with the tongue sticking out. Emmentaler and Gruyere. That almost rhymes. Cheddar is money, give it now. Spend some of your cheddar on that, please. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Lots of gifts of cheesy things, all up in the Discord of meme explorers. Oh, lots of gifts of cheesy things. Cat with heart eyes, clap, clap, clap. Cheese steak, cookies, hi, cheese is the best. Gifts of cats with cheese on their faces, death, death, death. The only thing we love more than cheese is gifts. The only thing is fondue. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death. Rizzle, cheese is live. Audio problems, cheese is live. Oh, yeah. Yay, the little kitten says LOL, and Elmo's on fire, and Ernie's got condoms on his ears, so fire, so fire. Death to audio, death to audio, LMAO. Give me cheese, oh give me death to audio, death to audio. Vibe check, death to high ping. I want some lemonade, make cheese great again. Condoms on the ears, that's what it looked like to me. Oh, death to audio problems, to audio, death to audio problems, to audio. I'm vibing, make cheese lemonade. When life gives you rotten cheese, you make cheese lemonade. So much cheese and some sriracha, some cheese and some sriracha. Me vibing big time when Rizzle coins. You make nachos, You make nachos. Love the song so dope. Stuff that cheese in your face. Stuff that cheese in your face with jalapeno. With jalapeno. In your face, cheese whiz. Pickles, yes, cheese whiz. In your face, I said that to audio, to audio, to audio, to audio, to audio, to audio, next to audio, to yeah, that's it. Oh my lord. Whew. I have to turn on the fan.